Hey everyone, welcome to another video of IELTS, and in this video we're going to look at how to express numbers in different ways in a graph. Obviously you probably might have heard about this, or if not, this is a good way to refresh some of that vocabulary. You can use this for your next IELTS writing task 1 graph. You can use this in the next presentation that you do for your office, or a report or an assignment. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. In this topic, we're going to look at the yearly Black Mirror audience numbers in 4 countries. I don't know if you've watched Black Mirror. It's an amazing show. I absolutely love it on Netflix. And if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend that you do. So we're going to look at numbers here, and these numbers are actually in millions. So if I say in India there's 20 in 2015, it means 20 million people watched the show in 2015, and the graph is right here. So what we're going to do is see that there's 0 on the x-axis, and it goes all the way up to 100. So even though it means numbers, like actual individual numbers, when we talk about percent, I'm still going to say if it's 20 million people, it's 20%, because 1% here would equal 1 million people. This might not always be the case, so that would depend on graph to graph. All right, let's look at the first one, 1 in 5. 1 in 5 is very similar to 20%. So let's take that away and put it here. So if you have 20%, you can say 1 in 5. Why do we say 1 in 5? Because 20 is part of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The total sum is 100. So we'd say 1 out of 5. There's another way of saying 1 in 5, or you can say a fifth. It's the absolute same thing. All right, let's look at the next one. 1 in 4. 1 in 4 here means 1 in 4 parts. So one part is, if you get the number 25, as you see here, 25 million people watch the show in the US, then that's 1 in 4. Let's take that away, let's put it here. It's 25%. Or you could say a quarter. It's the exact same thing. Some people also say 1/4, but I prefer to say a quarter. 1/4. It's all the same thing. 1 in 2. That's easy. That would just be 50. 50 equals 100. 1, that's one part in 2, right? So for example, in China, we've got 50 here. That means 1 in 2 people watch the show. So let's take 50%, put it here. It's the same thing. Or you could say half. It's the exact same thing. A half. 1 in 3 here is 33.33%, because if you want to look at it mathematically, it would be 33.33 plus 33.33 plus 33.33 equals about 100. So approximately 100%. Okay. We're not trying to be accurate here. We're trying to be close to accurate as possible. So 1 in 3 here would be 33%. I'm just gonna copy this here. 33%. Or you could say a third. It means the exact same thing. You can see how many different ways you have for saying the same number. Let's keep going. So we have 10% here. Now we started with the percent. Another way of obviously saying a tenth is 10% is a tenth, pardon me. Or you could also say, that's right, 1 in 10. It's the exact same thing. Now 75%, we would say 2/3. It's using the same maths logic of 33.33. So it's 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3. So that we would say 2/3. All right. So now you know what are the different ways you can say different percentages. Now, the numbers are not always going to be 20 or 25 or 50 exactly the same number, so you can say it in this language. Say for example you get a number like 22%, 49%, or 77%, or 95%, or even here let's just say 8%. Let's change that. How do we say these numbers? So we use the same language, but we just add an additional word or two to this. Let's just say if this was 49%, let's take 49%. That's what you got, 49%. We could say just below half. Okay, so just below means under. Or if you got, let's just take for example, you got 51%, you can say just above half. Now, how much is just? So anywhere between 51 to 55% would be just about, right? Or 51 to 54%. Same thing for just below half. If you're looking at somewhere between 46%, so 46, 47, 48, 49 would be just below. Another synonym for just below half would be just under half. Did you get it? Another synonym for just above would be just over half. Means the exact same thing. So, and you can use that for any of those numbers, any of these numbers which are not exactly 50 or 75 or 100. Let's say for example, I'm going to give you an extra bonus word here. Let's say you got 95%. Ooh. 95% is a lot, right? So 95 out of 100. Here you can just say a majority. It just basically means a lot. And the same thing. Now let's just take 8% here. So 8 million people in Russia in 2017 watched the show. You could say a minority of the people watched Black Mirror in 2017 in Russia. So something that is very small, you could say, is a minority. Something is very large, like I would say 90% plus would be a majority. And that's it for this video, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you'd find this useful. If you have any questions, just write it down in the comment section below, and hopefully I'll try to answer them as much as I can. Catch you on the next video. Bye for now.